on 100.7 WMMS.
$35192. Want to send me a text? AlanCoxShow.com for all of your pictures. Thank you again to Getty Shakitty for helping out over there. Bill Squire, Friday Get Down around these parts is how we start the weekend. We'll get to that in a little over an hour. And then you got Cavs and Guardians playing tonight. You'll hear your Guardians here on WMMS, still in Seattle, so it's a late night game. It is a 10:10 start here on the Buzzard. Cavaliers are here at home. Going to be busy downtown tonight. Cavs are hosting the Knicks. That will air on WTAM 1100. That is a 7:30 start. 7 o'clock, Cavs Live pregame will begin there. The last batch of regular season games. Knicks in town tonight, Pacers in town on Sunday. Cavs go to Orlando for back-to-back against the Magic, and then back here to host the Hornets of Charlotte on Sunday the 9th. Easter Sunday afternoon with the Cavaliers on your FM home. And then next Friday will be at Progressive Field for the Guardians home opener against the aforementioned Seattle Mariners. So I'm still ironing out what that's going to look like for you to join us. We'll be at Corner Bar, is my understanding. But I don't think the park opens until 2 or so. So, but I will have opening day tickets for you next Friday, and I'll have more details on how you'll be able to get those. If you listen to us on iHeartRadio, tell me where you do it. I'd like to know where people listen. Brennan is one of our bureau chiefs in Nashville. Wally listens in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Kent is out in Logan, Utah. Chad is in Thibodaux, Louisiana. And Beth is in Scottsdale, Arizona. Always leave us messages there if you like.
Alan, the lawyer that's being threatened because of his OnlyFans, probably is being threatened with disbarment due to moral turpitude. Not sure if you do, but most broadcasters also have a moral turpitude clause in their contracts. Hate the show. Bye.
Yeah, turpitude is tough, boy, because it can be very chemically damaging to you if you're not careful. It's a solvent. I don't know what that has to do.
That's turpentine.
I'm sorry?
Turpentine. You're thinking of turpentine.
I have been very misinformed. I'm sorry. No, I very specifically do not have a moral turpitude clause in my contract for reasons that I'm sure you can infer. But yeah, okay, moral turpitude. Poundcake told me, by the way, that judge's OnlyFans freaked him out.
Well, I didn't look at his OnlyFans. I found his Twitter.
Twitter was pretty hardcore.
Just his Twitter was bad enough. So it was only a matter of time before they came for this guy.
I didn't subscribe to his OnlyFans. Not that fast.
Not yet, anyway.
I'm trying to lay off.
He has a bad date. He's going to go home and console himself with some under the robe action.
Correct. Like I'm trying to conserve myself for a man. I'm trying to lay off the porn. I've been really hardcore on the porn lately. But what I did.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because I was trying to not.
You trying to not blow it out or what?
Yeah, he's saving up.
What do you think? It's like wine? You got to let it age?
Yeah, I think
Get it out of you.
No, I think I was watching too much porn. I was.
How much is too much?
Where I
was
enjoy
curious
watching,
when people say too much porn.
Well, when I
was falling asleep to at one point.
No, I was having when I have sex, like I enjoy watching porn more. No, like not recently, but I'm saying in the past, I'm like, oh, I can see better stuff on porn. I don't care about having.
So you're purposely withholding the porn so that you can acclimate to a human being.
I think I would have a better connection if I lay off the porn. I'm not saying I will lay it off completely, but just not so much.
Okay.
I was tossing off every day, and I was doing it to porn.
I don't think every day is too much.
It depends on how long you're doing it, and that would be.
What do you mean? How long? How long does it take you?
It depends, but like that would be my vice. Like I don't really smoke pot all like that. I don't really drink. I feel like if I were to have a vice, it would probably be porn. I was addicted to porn.
Well, there's no such thing as sex addiction or porn addiction or anything like that. But what I'm
if
saying
I had
is,
one, it would be porn, probably.
What I'm saying is, it's the guys who are like 4 or 5 times a day. That's a whole other
I don't
thing,
have time to
right?
do that.
That's right. Once a day. Now, again, you know what's too much for you. I was just curious what you meant.
Well, I'm just saying.
You're laying off because you're trying to connect with a human.
I couldn't pop with a normal person, no matter how hot they are, no matter what nasty stuff we're doing. But when I watch porn, it's more of a comfort zone. It's a mental thing. That's why I asked Dr. Berglund, I'm like, can that decrease your sex drive? Like when I'm in the moment with a partner, a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times it's like I'm not as pent up. But when I get to watch, when I see a new porn in front of me or like a guy that I can see naked or on OnlyFans, I'm like, ooh, this is exciting.
Well, and again, I don't think that's uncommon, as I'm sure Dr. Berglund told you. But why couldn't you recreate those things with your human?
I can, but it's not. But I'm saying when I was so used to during the pandemic, I wasn't really with anyone, or like I go through these long periods of times where I'm not in a relationship, I'm not having sex on a regular basis. Porn was always there, and I can get as nasty as I want. I can have them do what I want. If something does not satisfy my interest, I can just click on another video, and another one might. That's not real life. So when I would have these, relationships with these dudes, they would be like, oh, do you like that? I enjoyed it. I just didn't finish. And I was like, I want to enjoy sex again. I want to finish. I want to finish. The only time I finish is when I'm doing it myself to porn. And I want to stop that. So
it's one of our many gay categories. We have our bears, our queens, our daddies, our sugar caddies, our maple smoked sausage patties, our Belgian waffles, and of course our six tops. Fun fact, those last 4 are just things that are in this room. But you believed me because you are stupid.
Wow, and what, pray tell, are you?
I'm a soft butch.
And I saw the guy's Twitter, and he just did some things that are not my thing. I'm not kink shaming, but it's not my thing. I was never a big fan of golden showers. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. It
doesn't have to be.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay, well,
yeah.
He has a really hot body.
You find the key that's going to unlock your lock.
Yeah, I enjoy seeing him naked. There are some videos I probably will watch, but I don't know if I'll subscribe. I'll just get the little 30-second clips on Twitter.
Well, I guess we've solved that mystery.
Yeah, I was happy enough at the beginning of the conversation. I didn't need the explanation.
I always like the explanation.
Yes.
I do.
No,
I ask a lot of questions.
That's why I was quiet.
I like granular detail is what I do.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
I'm so upset at myself when I had iced tea on last week.
I forgot.
We were having such a good rap that I forgot to ask him about that. Not ask him, but just like allude to that clip. Love it. All right, so let me throw this at you.
Yep.
A guy, okay, so, I don't know where this is. Florida, Tennessee, I don't know where it is. A woman is in her husband's car. This guy put the whole thing here on TikTok. His wife finds another woman's checkbook in his car. He swears he has no idea whose it is, how it got there. Obviously, she's suspicious. So this guy goes on TikTok and goes, hey, if you're this woman, please hit me up because I don't know you. This does not look good for me. Your checkbook is somehow in my car. And I don't, people are like, this is the greatest. This guy is this guy is putting it out there on social media. Please contact me, woman. I don't know because your checkbook is in my car.
It's really suspicious if it's the first comment. Like, oh, yeah, that's me. Like she was already following him.
Right.
If your name's Jessica and you live in northern Colorado, I need you to check your voice.
Oh, Colorado. Sorry. He says right there.
Jessica, and you live in northern Colorado, I need you to check your voicemail right away because I have your checkbook. My wife thinks we're having an affair. She goes into the center console, and guess what she finds? A checkbook. Not mine and not hers. It's yours, Jessica. I have absolutely no idea how I ended up with your checkbook in a console of my car.
Wink, wink, wink.
I have no idea, right?
Little beads of sweat on his, honey, let me put this out on social media and see what comes back.
So we Googled.
I mean, of all the things to leave, though, a checkbook doesn't seem like a likely candidate.
I didn't know people still have checkbooks.
I have one. I write, for some reason,
How many do you use a year?
For some reason, where I live, can't seem to figure out how to pay your utilities online.
You have to go there.
I got to write it. Now I write a check.
And mail it.
I write probably 2. The pediatric dentist doesn't have an online thing where we send our kid. So I write probably 3 checks a month.
No credit card or debit card?
Nope.
That's crazy.
It's amazing how many places still don't, or if they do have an online thing,
people.
they can't figure it out. Their website, you'll click on it and be like, they have the option, but it never works.
I have
so
not written,
there's a lot of places that still don't have online payment.
I haven't written a check in a few years. Though, I have a checkbook, obviously, just to know what my account and stuff is. But I can't remember the last time I wrote a check.
When we were still renting, that would be the only check I would write every month was a rent check.
Last check I wrote was for a wedding gift.
Yep, I just wrote one of those too. But I don't even think of. I don't even
But I haven't
include
paid,
that.
Yeah, I haven't paid anything by check in years because
everything's online.
When I first moved into my condo, I was paying with a check for my HOA, but that was soon after I moved in, they got an online portal where I can pay. So now I just pay online.
Yeah, I've emailed the city. I go, hey, is there a way I can do this online? No, it's still checks. Okay. It's no pain in the ass.
It's a little bit of a pain in the ass.
Well, I'll go through a book of checks in a year. It's not that big of a deal. Seeing as how we all used to go through checkbooks all the time.
Right.
But it just seems weird because I'll get a statement for something and I'll look at the bottom for the web address and it'll say, return this portion with your check. Really? To a doctor's office. Okay. Well, anyway, this guy, woman's checkbook is in his car. Wife doesn't believe him. I'm playing you a little clip here. His whole video, he's like, my wife, 25% is suspicious. He goes, she's not freaking out, but he's like, it doesn't look good. Please hit me up.
You work in the same town I teach in, which is not the same town I live in. Do you see how bad this is looking for me? I need you to just check your voicemail so we can figure out where we somehow crossed paths, or not even we, you and my car, so that I can clear all of this up.
You work where I work, not where I live. Please. So obviously this blew up. Half the people are like, bro, this is a master class in pretending that you don't know this person.
Is there any item that a female can leave behind that wouldn't be suspicious? Maybe like a water bottle or something that is
Well, it depends on what your
neutral?
situation is. I remember years ago when when Gwen and I were each living alone.
So is she a grandma?
Huh?
Because that's who,
checkbook. Yeah.
That's who still carries around a checkbook is an older lady. She's not 25.
Well, no. There's a happy ending to this. Okay. They found the woman, and she looks like she's maybe early 30s.
She probably sat in the car on accident thinking it was hers. He probably left.
Well, but everybody has. Again, we might not write a lot of them, but everybody has a checkbook.
Yeah. I don't carry it around with me though.
Mine's always in my backpack.
That's okay.
Good to know.
Yeah, grab one.
Did you say it's so gay that I have my check?
You got a clutch too?
No, but my backpack is like my mobile office. So it's like if I have to, I don't want to run around my house and go, where's my checkbook?
When we had an office. Oh, those were the days.
Those were the days.
Is your social security card?
My office used to be my mobile office. Mm-hmm. Huh?
Nothing.
Anyway, they found the woman, or she said, hey, this is me, and there's an explanation. But again, I don't know what to make of it. It really is amazing if the two of these were doing something. This is a great way to go about it. Hey, woman I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I'm Jessica. I live in northern Colorado. I never answer my phone.
Hey, we found Jessica.
After texting back and forth all morning, the best we can come up with is that our kids go to school together. She maybe parks where I park because I teach next door. It's the best we got. So this afternoon, I'm going to meet up with Jessica, take the whole family over. She has goats, and so we're going to play with them. She's getting her checkbook back. And while half of the 15,000 comments and growing on this post are convinced that I am like the world's greatest infidelity mastermind, sorry to disappoint you guys.
That still doesn't explain
Still
why
sus,
her
bro.
checkbook is in his car. If the best you have is she works next door to where I work and she must have thought, I mean, man, there's something missing here. I think the guy's probably telling the truth, but it's a wild story. Like she conceivably reached into his car and thought it was hers and just put her checkbook in the center console, didn't notice that anything else was not hers in the car.
Yeah.
But the flip side of that is, if you were doing something, why the hell would you leave your checkbook behind? Wild story. I don't know.
Very wild.
But people certainly had.
I
You
still
might
got-
you might have guessed people had some thoughts about this on the TikTok.
It's the best we got. And while half of the 15,000 comments and growing on this post are convinced that I am like the world's greatest infidelity mastermind, sorry to disappoint you guys. So this afternoon, I'm going to meet up with Jessica, take the whole family over. She has goats. And
She has goats. Yeah, because they show her. I'll show you Jessica if you're watching the live stream. This is Jessica. She's sitting there bottle feeding a goat.
Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't look cheat worthy.
What the hell does that mean? No, but she's also not 60,
No.
right?
Right.
She's on a farm. She's got
I
some
am surprised
pigtails.
that she's as young as she is.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
My name's Jessica. I live in northern Colorado. I
smoke hella
never
cigs.
answer my phone. I never listen.
Hey,
She looks like she might be the girlfriend of the emu girl. Remember the emu girl? Remember
Yeah.
the emu who got real famous? Lopez, what's his name?
He has super long name. Something Emmanuel something.
Emmanuel Todd Lopez. What happened to Emmanuel? Because he was real sick for a
I
while.
thought he died.
No. He had the avian flu. And she lost 99% of her birds. But I think Emmanuel Todd Lopez was one of 2 birds who survived at her farm. Taylor Blake was the girl. Remember when she blew up for that? It was like white hot for like 2 weeks. She did Jimmy Fallon, and because she blew up on TikTok last Christmas.
Emmanuel Todd Lopez.
Emmanuel Todd Lopez.
He would always ruin her shot.
Yes. He's handsome and he knows it.
Look at that dude. Huh? Look at you, big guy. Who's that? Emmanuel, who's that? Oh, who is that? Oh, don't be bashful.
It was funny when she would have to go online and go, once she really blew up, she's like, hey, I didn't think I had to say this to you dudes, but I'm a lesbian, and no, I don't want to get with you. I thought you would have been able to figure that out. But Emmanuel Todd Lopez, to the best of my knowledge, is alive and well.
Emu is such a funny name.
Yeah, well, so's Cody. Listen, what's the matter with emu?
I don't know. It's just
You know, it's the second tallest bird in the world. After? What's the tallest bird in the world?
Ostrich.
Ostrich, that's right. Now, in an amazing twist of fate, this emu is going to be attending Eastern Michigan University.
Emu at emu.
All right, I've got to take a break. If you want to send a text for anything, 35192. I'll get you this last pair of tickets on the way back to see Mudvayne at Blossom this summer.
From the Universal Windows Direct Weather Center, WMMS Weather.
Tonight, showers and thunderstorms.